Hello, how's everybody? Oh, Lord have mercy. Ow. I'm sore. How's everyone? Hope you're all good. It's been one of those days for me. I'm kind of tired of myself. I'm probably not going to be on very long. So, any appetite I had went out the window earlier because I was sent screen recordings from someone's live last night. And I couldn't listen to all the videos, all of them, because they just made me sick to my stomach. The way she talks. How are you, I don't understand how anybody sits on there on a live and with a bunch of other people and talking to some dude she doesn't even know about his size and how he likes it and all this shit. No joke. And in one of them, she actually showed her daughter, her youngest daughter, who's a teenager, and her daughter does not look happy whatsoever. Evidently she also said that she is 5'9". Well, Sue was 5'8", between 5'8" and 5'10", and Smitty being over, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", that would match up more than my 5'4". Not to mention all the other evidence that shows that she's the real. Just the way she talked, she is just like I could never. I have self-respect and morals and things like that. And I am a lady. Lady of streets, freaking the sheets. Not fucking going online, going on here on my live with a bunch of people and asking some dude what his size is, or, you know what I mean? And asking random dudes for certain pics. It's fucking vile and disgusting. It makes me sick to my stomach. Along with having your daughter right there. She's just like Sue. Literally. So much. I don't even know how she hasn't had her kids taken. That's my question. How the fuck has she not had her kids taken? Good mothers don't do that shit. Good mothers don't do that shit. A good mother does not sit there on a live with a bunch of other people asking some random dude that he never don't even know who the fuck dude is, asking him what his haha size is. But actually using the words. That's like just with the teenage daughter right there. Yeah, I've had her blocked. She's the one that, you know, I've had her blocked. 100%. She's been blocked. She's only been stalking me for about 20 years. Come to find out. Because she wants to be me. But the thing is, I never wanted to be her. I didn't know I was living her identity. No idea. Till she opened Pandora's box. And I'm guessing her family still doesn't want anything to do with her to this day. And won't. Why? They didn't want anything to do with Sue. Why would they want anything to do with her? And if they did, they wouldn't have thrown her away. But it makes absolute sense of something that I was told. See, I was told that when I was 2.5. Now, mind you, this was obviously, I thought I was, yeah. Heather. Yeah, when I was 2.5, Sue left me with some woman she met at a strip club a week prior. And it took the family 2.5 weeks to find me, but they didn't call law enforcement. And no wonder why Smitty knew I wasn't his. They knew from the picture, because I had talked to Smitty's brother and sister-in-law when I was 20, obviously thinking he was my father. And they, saying that I could, when it sometime go spend time with them, this, that, and the other. And I sent them pictures of myself and everything, and they sent all the pictures back, and basically said, he still said I wasn't his, and they basically wanted nothing to do with me. Happy Easter. Now it makes perfect sense why, because he knew I wasn't his. He knew. Obviously. Because I don't look like him. But did you know you could be told you look like someone your whole life and not look like that person, and be told you are, and then you end up believing it because you're told your whole life that you are? It was alright. Just another day. But I am telling you, the way she taught the screen recordings, man. Asking you to hold up his hand so everybody could see it. And then she's like, oh, that means you got, you definitely have a big, and said the word. I could never come on live and talk like that and at some dude. I could never. Like, not in my... She is nowhere near being even close to being on my level. or in my league. Not anywhere close. She's way off. She is so far beneath me, it's not even funny. Heather Enderton. The real Heather. And she talks just like Sue. The words that come out of her mouth. No, she's the one that came on my live right before Halloween and said, "Oh my God, you're my long lost sister named Tanya. You were kidnapped." Come to find out, that's not the case, obviously. Her family replaced her with me. You know. And she is evidently 5'9", which would match up between Sue and Smitty, being Sue was like between 5'8" and 5'10", and Smitty was 6 foot to 6'2", I guess. That would match up more than my 5'4". More than my 5'4". You know. They tried to convince me so many... They used to tell me, "You're just like Sue, you're just like Sue, you're just like Sue." Evidently, what a better way to convince me even more, right? Yeah. Right before Halloween. They didn't give me her name. They gave me her identity. Her whole identity. I've been living for 40 years with someone else's identity. You must be new here. Let me show you. I've done age progressions of the girl in the red dress, which is not me. Yeah. So, I had dim this to do it. So, this is little Tanya Michelle Williams that disappeared on June 7th, 1983. Very carefully. This is the age progression of Tanya Michelle Williams. Waiting on the DNA test results, but it's been confirmed to me by someone entwined with that fucked up cult, because they were a victim as well, that I am. That I am, Tanya. It doesn't feel real. Like, I found myself. You know. I literally found myself. Oh, excuse me. Not every day you see yourself on a website for missing and exploited children. But yeah, her 5'9" fits more with Sue's 5'8", between 5'8" and 5'10", and Smitty's between 6 foot and 6'2" than my 5'4" does. You know, if you want the whole story, you could just look up the name Heather McCord on YouTube, and it'll come up. So, you know, they've been, you know, my live streams have been recorded and posted without me I never. It was not. I might, for the most part, but, you know, listening to those, Jesus Christ, listening to the words come out of her mouth on that live stream, the screen recordings, like, I could never, like, it is absolutely fucking disgusting. The shit that came out of her mouth. I'm still trying to figure out how she hasn't had her kids taken. To be quite honest. Because she is just like Sue. Just like Sue. Yeah. For fuck's sakes, that's not what I want. But yeah, she can rest assured she is just like her mother. She's not gonna like that too much, most likely. I don't give a fuck. Like, listen, like, I lost any appetite I had. Let's put it that way. Any appetite I had. Oh, I know she does. She's obsessed with me. Shit. She's only been stalking me for like 20 years. Online. Now I want y'all to think about how would she how would she have known what I looked like? I wonder. Oh yeah, probably because she most likely faked her death. The name of the book when I write it's going to be Beyond the Realm of Insanity. Because this shit is just fucking beyond the realm of insanity. Like, for real. I'm talking about the other Heather. But her name on here is not other Heather. It's, she has a couple of them. Like, I could never. That's weird. Hang on, let's see what this reader says, because I just switched to my...
Who, I think you... Oh my goodness. There is a family member here who I think you cut off, but they're like really struggling. I don't know if you care. But that's what I'm picking up on. We have the 6 of Wands and the 2 of Wands in the reverse. This person's definitely at a distance. They feel like they're not being seen or heard. But again, I feel like this feels like a very sharp, like, cutoff. Like, I'm not speaking to you. I'm not paying attention to you. You're not even a part of my reality. We then have the 10 of Cups, which is family, home and family, and then the Page of Pentacles reversed, which I always kind of take as like FOMO, like fear of missing out. So this person feels like, or this family member feels like they're missing out on your life, which I definitely think that they are. Overall,
my daughter.
Reverse, a missed opportunity, and the 8 of Swords, which is anxiety.
My daughter.
Do you care? Probably not. If this is a relationship,
this came both my accounts. I was just on this account on here checking something, and this was on here, and then I just switched it. And
are they gonna do anything? Why is it coming up? Oh, hello? There we go. Oh my god. 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Jesus. They feel very betrayed. This person feels so betrayed, and I'm just like looking at them like, I feel like you did this. We have the 10 of Wands reverse and the Knight of Wands. The 10 of Wands in the reverse is like drop the burden. Knight of Wands. I feel like this person is going to try to come back into your life. I'm trying to figure out exactly like how they're gonna act. Like, what is the vibe here? Knight of Wands is very like confident. He also will disappear out of nowhere. You know, if he feels like there's something prettier over there, he's gonna go over there. The Knight of Wands is a lot of fun too. I think this is a family member or someone you were in a very close connection with. This is someone who has a reputation of being really fun and exciting and like fun to be around.
Okay, it's not my daughter.
But it's like behind closed doors, they're not who they present themselves to be at all. It's like as soon as the doors close, that facade just kind of disappears. We then have the Knight of Pentacles in
so
reverse,
it's my daughter and
the Page
okay.
of Swords in the reverse.
It's more than one person, I guess.
This person's also very observant. Like, they may not say anything, but they watch. This is very, like, narcissistic, to be honest.
I'm so confused, I don't know.
Reverse, like, someone who's emotional. I did not mean to say emotionally, but I'll say it now. Someone who's emotionally stunted. Knight of Pentacles isn't necessarily about emotions, but
I have no idea.
I'll say it. I feel like this person is stuck
already
at a certain age. So if this is like a parent, I feel like they're stuck at like 20, 21. If this is like an ex.
Oh, it's my daughter.
They're stuck at like 15, but they're in the body of like a 32-year-old.
That's supposed to be my daughter.
Oh my goodness, you know.
How does she act? No. Hello. Like, it just came on my For You page on both my accounts. Same one. So I'm like, well, that's strange. Yeah. So, back to what I was saying. Or trying to do. Then I got, distracted. Well, Heather, I would suggest that you go GFY. Oh, I'm sorry. You want to go by the name Connie tonight, right? Ain't it funny? You wanna stalk me and you think you can get away with it, and ain't it funny? It's, you know, it was alright. It was alright. Like, do you think you're going to affect me in any way? I mean, I did the age progression, bitch! Age progression of the girl in the red dress. Sure shit ain't me. I'm going to show you who it is. I'm going to show the new people here who it is. Okay. Hope you be prepared. Because when I show it, it's usually a lot of people are, holy shit. You know. Okay, so let me get to the girl in the red dress. Shit. And then I'll do the age version one. Okay, so good. Flip the camera around. Ain't it crazy how she keeps trying? You keep on trying. But nobody's believing your bullshit anymore. Okay, so this is the girl in the red dress. Okay. Now see, this is me. This was 1986. Okay? December 1986. This, by all accounts, was probably 1983. So in 3 years, that's supposedly me. Okay? I went from looking like that to looking like that. So, we know this is me. But who's the girl in the red dress? Okay? Now I'm going to show you her first. This is her. This is Heather. The other Heather. Okay? Now, let's go with the age progression. This is the AI age progression I did with the girl in the red dress. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know. What do you think? Kind of creepy to me. Probably because I'm like, oh, holy shit. I thought that was me. Hell, eyes. Look at the smile. Look at the fucking smile, dude. You can't tell me that's, like, you could, but I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think I am, though. I mean, you know. Like, you know? But I'll do you one better. We're going to go with a family member. Okay? This is Smitty. Heather's biological father. Well, supposedly my biological father. And that's Heather, the other one who said she was my sister. That I was kidnapped. Do y'all see any... I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. But, you know. Yeah. She indeed looks just like her father, Smith Utley Hicks. You don't see it, then you're blind. She does not look like me. But you want to keep with your BS, so we all know that she don't look like me. So, Joy, I'm not sure what you think you're gonna pull. And, yeah. To my mods, if anyone wants to start talking some BS in that, trying to discredit this, you got another thing coming. Now, Joy, it's very interesting to me that you've been following me for quite some time and you want to start your shit. Well, guess what? You don't need to be following me anymore. And by now, I do know that you're probably sent here. So, nice try. You're very foolish. And it's interesting that you think you're just... I mean, it's funny to me. I don't know where you came from. I don't know. You might actually know her. I don't give a flying fuck. But, thank you. So, this is not me. Okay? That's not me. Her name is Heather. She's the real Heather. She's the girl in the red dress. And, for fuck's sakes, that is Sue. She came in my life right before Halloween saying, "Oh my god, you're my long-lost sister named Tanya, you were kidnapped." Tanya felt familiar. That's how I ended up finding the truth, basically. This is the girl in the red dress, who I was told was me. Okay? You with me? So, I did age progression on the girl in the red dress. And I took screenshots. So we got this. And this. This is me. Gotta dip it again, damn it. This is Tanya. Tanya Michelle Williams. Disappeared June 7th, 1983. And this is the age progression of Tanya Michelle Williams. So, yeah. No, I have that. I want to check something out. Possibly. You mean last night? He wasn't live this afternoon, it was last night. I saw the video he posted this afternoon. And I wish it was something I could do to take away his pain. I really fucking do. Yeah, I know. And like I said, I wish I could take away his pain. Oh my god, ow. Oh. Shit. I hate seeing when he's, thank you. I hate it when he's hurting. See, I know when he's angry. I know when he's hurt. I know when no matter how hard he tries to hide it, I can feel it. And I wish I could take away his pain. Frankie. He had someone that he cared very much about passed away today. She was one of his fans from the very beginning when he was in the boy band WoW. And she passed away. That was years ago. But I know how much how heartbroken he is. And I would give anything to take away his pain. If I was with him right now, I would put my arms around him and just let him cry. And I would hold him. He definitely is. The thumbnail? What? I've been in love with that man for over 4 years. And he knows. He probably knows more than I think he does. I have that sneaky suspicion he knows a lot more than I think he does. But I'm glad he does. He does. If I'm right. It's okay. He's the only one that's ever made me emotional like this. You know. Well, this is intriguing. Like, that's... I don't think I've done this before, and it's kind of, hold on. So I remember I did the side-by-side of her in the age... Well... There's me, a few days ago, a week ago, something like that. And there's the age progression. Mind you, it's an age progression, it's not exact, but, you know. So it's it's a bit weird for me. So I wait for my DNA test results. Because if I'm not Tanya, then I honestly don't know who I am. Oh, excuse me. So I wait. I'm still very tempted to go to Oklahoma, but I don't think I'm going to. Probably not a good idea. You know? Because I'm very disciplined, and January 17th. I was told it could take up to over a year, depending on how backlogged they are and how complex it is and everything. So yeah, it's not, I'm not saying it's going to, they're not saying it's going to take that long, but it's a possibility. The longest it would take would be over a year to get the results. So I wait. Yeah. Texas told me that. A Texas Ranger, actually. My life. Who I really am, my DNA test results that I'm still waiting on. I took the test on January 17th. So I was thinking about, yeah, it doesn't work like that. Unfortunately. It does not work like that. Nothing I could do except wait as patiently as I possibly can, because it's not just me. I don't know where you're getting that idea from, because this is not CSI. This is not a TV show. People watch CSI and NCIS or some shit, and they think cases are solved in an hour. I found out that it could take up to a year and over a year to get my DNA test back. Yeah. See, here's the thing. The only people it affects when it comes to my DNA test is me and, you know, people that are involved. To find out if I'm Tanya Michelle Williams. Only I look just like the age progression, I look like the family and everything else. I don't look like the family I was raised in. And my memories, well, the memories I have that I've and started remembering, and after analyzing the pictures and everything else, there's no way in hell I'm Heather. There's no possible way. See, my hands are normal. The real Heather, the baby picture and everything, yeah. So in the arms are two different lengths. One of the hands, it's physical birth defects for the real Heather. The one I replaced this child. Yeah. Let me give you a little preview of what kind of person she is. Let me just play something for you. And if you were under the age of 18, you might want to scroll low. No, not yet. I wish. If you're under the age of 18, please scroll out because this is not for your ears. It's just disgusting. Like, for real. It is fucking... Sorry, I got sidetracked. So... oh, where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. Alright, someone sent me these. Just...
I'm strictly in between the legs.
Hold on, what's this? If we're judging hates, Mr. P, you're wearing...
Okay, you're just being funny, okay?
Just asking. Who is that, Mr. P?
No, hey, he's from my lives. He's cool.
Okay. So, do you bend over and touch your ankles?
That's her.
Oh.
Yes, your hand. Put your hand up. Oh, you have a big dick.
That's her. Who said that? That's her.
So I learned.
Coffee.
You know what? The girls. You know when girls go to the nail salon and they paint their nails.
That's
I love they should go the color of their man, the tip of their dick. So is yours like pink, red, white, pale, brown?
As long as it's not yellow.
I go to the nail salon and paint mine black.
Time out. Ask Queen what color my dick is.
I don't know.
I'm not saying.
I know what color her pussy is.
They all the same.
I've seen it.
Just like soup. Just like
You
soup.
guys
It's the other one.
I'm strictly in
It's the
between
real
the legs.
Hold
Heather.
on, what's this? If we're judging
The one
hates,
whose
Mr.
family
P,
threw her
you're
away.
wearing it.
Okay, you're just
She's
being
not
funny,
talking to
okay?
me. She is talking about some dude's and it just very inappropriate.
What's that?
Ended up only 15 minutes across the river.
Oh my god, you guys.
Alright, well, get your ass over to Canada and spank that booty.
That's her.
I've seen her up on all fours. I mean, it's not bad. She knows how to move it. Rides it.
Ooh,
Mr. Beast, she's a squirter.
Kate, Heather, shh.
God, I'm sorry.
This is on live.
yeah, you a squirter for real?
Yes, she is.
Heather Anderson.
Yeah,
Didn't
she
even
a
ask.
squirter.
No.
Look, she turned red in the face. She a squirter.
No relation,
He
turns
can
out.
shoot a mile. That shit goes.
I can't listen to it anymore. It makes me want to vomit. No. Her family replaced her with me. I can't listen to it anymore because it makes me want to vomit. But she talks exactly like Sue. I can honestly say, from what I know, she is just like Sue. She is just like her real mom. And both bad mothers. She was given to somebody else, I guess. I'm younger than her. I just found this out. Like, I don't know. You'll have to ask her family. Right before Halloween, she came in my life and said, "Oh my God, you're my long-lost sister named Tanya. You were kidnapped." That went on, the gaslighting and everything else went on for about till November 25th, or 24th or 25th. I chalked it up to someone with no heart, no soul. But the name Tanya kept nagging at me. Because it felt very familiar. The name Heather has never felt right. It always felt weird being called Heather. So I looked up missing children of the 80s. And the first name that popped up on the Missing and Exploited Children's website was Tanya Michelle Williams. Very first name. I clicked on it. And that's when I saw the picture of the beautiful baby girl with the full head of curly brown hair. Then I clicked on the age progression photo and dropped my phone. Then I went up, I'm like, please tell me this isn't me. Please tell me this doesn't look like me. Please tell me this doesn't look like me. Please tell me this isn't me. And someone called the Shelby County Sheriff's Department in Texas and told them about me. They looked me up on here and said, "Oh my God, she looks just like the age progression. Have her call us. We want her to call us." So I called. And I said, "Dispatch," I said, "This is Heather from TikTok." She said, "Yes." I said, "You wanted me to call?" She said, "Yes." And that was the beginning of it. No, I found it on the Missing and Exploited Children's website. I found it on the night of November 24th of last year. Or the morning of November 25th, the night of November 24th, something like that. I'm younger. The birth certificate says November 23rd, 1980. And I had it confirmed by someone entwined with that group. And the fact that I talked to the youngest biological brother, and he seemed to already know. Did not seem a bit surprised when I talked to him. So yeah, I'm just waiting for... We're just waiting for the DNA test results to basically set it in stone. To solidify it. So my birthday would be September 29th, 1981. So, that's where that is now. Y'all gotta realize too that just because they tell me that the DNA test isn't back yet does not mean it's not back yet. It doesn't mean it is. It doesn't mean it isn't. Because it could be that it might be that it's back and they're not telling me because they're investigating, because obvious reasons they need to. And they don't want people running off. Then again, maybe it isn't back yet. I don't know. She texted me as herself, as the bio mom, and as a sister named Fawn. All three were her. Now, who told so many different stories? Sue Mitchell 425, you want to run your mouth again? Do I need to show the age progression? Yeah. She was the three different people. I thought that was pretty much self-explanatory when I was saying it. So all I can do, until I get the results, is keep pushing forward, moving on with my life, and, everything happens the way it's meant to. I could just say go watch YouTube. My lives have been recorded, they're posted, just look up the name Heather McCord. You'll also hear me sing on there, so shit. Why am I so sad about this? Because my life has been a lie. I've been living somebody else's identity. Why do you think? I've been living... I grew up with psychotic people from a cult. Very evil cult at that. I was trafficked. And everything. I've had things happen to me worse than nightmares and horror movies combined. Things I've witnessed. I'll never know my biological father. I don't know if I'll ever... I don't know if my mom is still alive or not. Being Tanya, I don't know. But I'm doing the best I can to keep moving forward. I've dealt with people trying to re-traumatize me. I've dealt with scare tactics. I've dealt with my address being doxxed hundreds of times. I've dealt with multiple things that nobody should have to. But I don't scare. I'm not scared of shit. After everything I've been through, what the fuck do I have to be scared of? Bunch of psychotic people who are actually terrified of me, they just, you know. Thank you. That cult is scared of me. They've proven that to me. When they hide behind a locked door, after going, you know, I go to them thinking I'm a descendant. Thank God I'm not. Thinking I'm a descendant, I prove what I prove, everything, and he was all for helping me, the head guy. Crystal, I don't know what you think is funny here. He was all for helping me. Told me when to come back. I went back when I was told to go back. Because I had to go to vote. Nobody was there. I waited and waited. Because I was alone in my car. I ain't got enough better to do. Finally, some guy shows up. The closer he got to me, the more visibly nervous he was. I said, yeah, I need to talk to the head guy. He's like, I don't know, I'm not that high up. Okay, you know. Makes a phone call. They tell him when to come back. Okay, I left. I came back. When I was told to come back the second time, there was a car there. Knocking on the doors, all the doors were locked. Seemed like nobody was there. So I said, and wait. And wait. And wait. I don't know how long I waited for. Finally, guy, big white van drives in. Pulls up. Gets out of the van. The closer he's coming up to me, the very visibly more nervous he gets. Says, yeah, I need to talk to the higher up guy. I don't know, I'm not part of it, I just work for them. Okay. Well, they're not here. It's like, there's a car right there. Oh yeah, they leave them here all the time. No, they don't. I'm like, it's okay, I'll wait. Okay. Gets in the big wet van, makes a quick call. Leaves. 15 minutes pass by. He comes back, parks where he thinks I can't see the big white van because evidently I'm blind, and goes inside. I go around, try to open the door's locked. I'm pounding on the door. What are you scared of? Is it because you tried to sacrifice me and it failed and this and that? And I was just going off, and I actually have a video because I started recording. And they would not come out until the police showed up. Police show up, I'm in my car by then. They come out then. Looked very worried, very scared. And the police thought, they're all rude with everybody. Which was the case at first. wanted to see my driver's license. I showed it. I gave it to him. He handed it back. He goes from, what are you doing here, blah, 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 to, now if you come back, you'll be arrested for trespassing, right? I just smiled, looked out my windshield at the head guy and the other guy that was standing right next to him. Scared. Just smiled. They were scared, not me. I just smiled. From my head. I said, don't worry. We'll be back. See, I'm a child of God, unlike some people who sell their souls for monetary gain. They both went Casper the Friendly Ghost white. Fear of God in their eyes. All because I said, don't worry, I won't be back. See, I'm a child of God. Unlike some people who sell their souls for monetary gain. They're scared of me. I survived what they did to me. And I know they can never hurt me. They just do their scare tactics. They don't have the cojones to even come face me. Toe-to-toe, face-to-face, say anything to me. How many children do you know survive being sacrificed? How many children have ever survived a sacrifice? That you know of. The Illuminati tried to sacrifice me. They're the ones who took me. And I ended up growing up in the family of the top dogs. They called the woman Graham and Mother Hayden. I grew up knowing them as my great-grandparents. They keep the elite children. They want the elite children. I was trafficked for about a year, and then they... Yeah. The things I've seen and experienced are worse than nightmares and horror movies combined. And the child that I replaced, well, she's still alive and well. In Arizona. We call her Arizona. But she is just like that. 100%. Exactly like that. She talks just like Sue did. Probably still does. With the foul mouth. The asking guys, random dudes for D's, for D pics and shit. Yeah. Not in my level, not on my league, and she's been stalking me online for about almost 20 years since I ever started online, I guess. So probably 2006. You want me to confront the people that did the things to me? Okay, well, you can round up all the members of the Illuminati that were back in the day, okay, in the early 80s, and you can round up that family too, along with whoever they prostituted me out to while I was unconscious. That'll solve it, right? I would have been taken in 1983. What don't you understand about it? I'm trying to understand what you don't understand. Why am I able to talk about it like I do? Because I'm not scared of the motherfuckers. I expose them. Why are you so concerned about how I live, Thomas? For the record, my finances, the way I live, how I support myself, that's none of your motherfucking business. But if you must know, I have some health issues, so I am on Social Security. I have gastroparesis and some other health issues. I'm on Social Security. And Thomas, I've been working more in my life than you have, trust me. I've worked more than you in my life. I've been working since I was 20 months old. You know, being trafficked. And then raising a child. That was not mine. I was 4 when he was born. Took care of him for the first 2.5 years of his life while Sue slept with a bunch of different guys and didn't give a damn about her child. Well, I thought it was her child too, so children. I took care of him. I was basically a mom at 4 years old to a child that wasn't mine. And took care of her and took care of everybody else. You still curious, Thomas? I'm also currently in school for criminal justice. And I started doing the entertainment business thing. Started getting into it in 2023. I've been doing meetings for modeling and things like that. My first test shoot was when I was homeless in my car in 2023. Block it. Yeah. Becky, go tell your little call. Time's up. It's funny, you said that and all of a sudden they said bye. Yeah. I mean, I haven't hidden anything either. Yeah. I don't care. I honestly don't care. What, so they could talk more shit about me? I'll make them wish their mamas had swallowed them instead of stupidly letting their daddy impregnate them. Just saying. Thank God I'm not related to those people. You know? I don't think I'll ever understand. Oh, and that Thomas person, Becky, whatever, that's probably Dalton's little buddy. See, Dalton. Well, she got all them involved last year. And they should really start. I mean, they shouldn't have forgotten how, they should probably start remembering what happened last year too. How it got to the point where anytime they said my name or showed my picture, their life got immediately bananaed. People want to be foolish. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And if they think law enforcement and that ain't paying attention to all the lives of the people involved and the accounts, you might want to rethink that. Come at me. See, I'm going to say this again. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You got cojones to say whatever you say about me online. Then pop up and better have the cojones to say it to me to my face then. Pop up. You feeling froggy? Jump. Okay? Bring it on, Donkey Kong. Scare tactics don't work on me. And I don't care what people say about me. I really fucking don't. Why would I? Why let that shit bother me after everything I've been through and survived? Think about it. Oh, now they're starting to make accounts. One says Heather the dog. Now, you know what? I'm not Heather, so. Projecting yourself onto others. Sad and pathetic, really it is. Really it is. Yeah, I know, right? Not yet. It's a waiting game. Unfortunately. Can't do nothing about it. So, yeah, tomorrow afternoon, well, here would be today, this afternoon. It's after midnight, it's after 1 actually. Thanks. And I want to say thank you to everyone the real people that have been here and are real and do support me and do actually care. Sorry. It means the world to me. Because I've never had anybody before. Thanks. You guys are the reasons why I stay so strong. Well, you guys and Frankie, obviously. Obviously, Frankie, too. You know. That man's kept me going for this whole time. For the past few years, actually. You know? He's the reason I never give up. And then y'all came along. Some not so. some fake ones, obviously. Probably still have some fake ones. You know, we got the silent watchers. You know, probably that family and others. Speak up, bitches. You silently watch, so speak the fuck up. Come on. What you waiting on? Are you that scared? They're that scared of me. Thanks, I can't wait either, shit. I'll be so happy when I finally get the results, because then I can also get my identity changed for the way it should be. And be able to go by my real name. Hopefully very soon. Hope very, very soon. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. I'll be so happy when the fucking answers come. But to know that it could take over a year fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. But there's nothing I can do about it. Just keep going on my life, keep pushing, moving forward, don't look back. Focus on the positive. So, that's what I'm going to do. I can't do anything else. I'm not going to sit around and wallow and do the poor me, pity me, oh, woe is me, continuously, and just, because life doesn't stop. You know? So I keep moving forward, pushing forward, and doing the best I can to keep going. This week I'm going to start looking for a regular doctor so I can see a gastroenterologist and get my stimulator turned off. And people are probably wondering, well, don't do that. You need that. No, hear me out. I want it turned off because I want to see if I actually have gastroparesis or not. Because what if I don't? With all the medications I had been on, with the exes I had, well, every relationship from my account, but I can, what I've figured out is every relationship I've been in has most likely been set up. So they could keep me under control. Some were set up by them, and then, you know, some people will do anything for money. Hello, darling. Some people do anything for money. So I'm pretty sure some of my exes have been paid to keep me under control. And possibly put things in food to make me sick or not have an appetite. You know. I want my DNA test back so bad. I do. I know who I know. My gut tells me I'm Tanya. I know I'm Tanya. I think we all agree that are in agreement that it would shock us all if I wasn't. Right? Yes. Yeah. Some are. I did get to thinking about something, though. Them taking me may have been by mistake. because I only remember there being one sucker, not two. It wasn't me they were supposed to take. It was supposed to be my cousin, but I'm grateful. I'm glad they took me by mistake instead of her. Why is it every time I straighten my hair, it starts going curly after a couple hours? Fucking straighten the shit. That's what happens when you straighten it and you don't use hair products because you can't. And the reason I can't is because I have to tomorrow, or when I go to my appointment, my hair has to be clean with no products or anything in it. So I washed my hair today and didn't even put leave-in conditioner in it. God, how hard is it going to get that? How hard is it going to be to get that shit out of my hair tomorrow? I have to have an EEG tomorrow, an outpatient one, for insurance purposes, because next Monday I'm going to be inpatient for 3 to 5 days, I guess, for an extensive EEG, because they want to try and get me off the Keppra. So that's why I'm going to be in the hospital for about 3 to 5 days. The doctor said 5 days, and the lady that I talked to who called me to schedule it said 3 days probably, but I don't know. Play it by ear. It could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5, so 3 to 5 days. I hope they can too, because I would love it if I didn't have to take any medication at all. I did say I needed a vacation, right? This is not what the fuck I meant. Not one time did I mean, I want to go to the hospital to take my vacation. It was either that or I go in and have it put on or whatever, and then come home and wait, and then go back 5 days later or whatever. So for that reason, it's just easier for me to stay in the hospital instead of having, coming home with that shit on my head on a bus. And you know what I mean? What if I move wrong and disconnect one, or you know what I mean? It's just, yeah. So I have TV. I don't watch TV very often. When I do, it's usually Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I ain't gonna lie, back to my teenage years, that was like an escape for me. It was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Maybe that's why I watch it now. I've seen the whole series a couple times in the past couple months. So that should tell you something. Some of my favorite shows I can't even watch anymore. Like Golden Girls. Not yet. Turns out it could take it the longest. Over a year. Unfortunately. Yeah. They're not saying it will. It just depends on how backlogged the place it's being tested at is, and how complex with genetic testing wise that it is. It just depends on the case and everything, so it's just a waiting game. It was alright. Just another day. I did laundry. That's about it. No, I did leave the house for a bit. Ran into someone that I knew from the center. Got talking. And I said I was, I might be moving. And I was like, oh, where? He got all excited. He was like, well, see if that's not true, move over here. We have a place over here. There's a nice apartment building right next to the center that, but they're nice apartments and everything. But I think he likes me a little more than should. Especially when I told him. He was like, oh, what would your name be then? I said, Tanya Michelle Williams. And he's like, all of a sudden he says, we're not related, we're not related, we're not related, just like that. I said, unless you have white people in your family and you're in Texas, I don't know how that... He's like, and that's when he told me he does. He does. And his last name is Williams. The same last name. Wouldn't it be weird if he was like my cousin or something? Or somehow related. And we met at a homeless drop-in center. And became acquaintances or whatever while we were there. Basically living together with a bunch of other people. That would be weird. Wouldn't it? But, at the same time, if he was, he already knows who I am. And we get along great, so. FWB, what? No. No. We're friends. Just like I'm friends with others at the center. I know. So, no, we're just friends. I'm friends with a lot of people. Good people like me. I don't know. But he has a Frenchie, and he's so cute. His friend, he's like, hey, and all of a sudden the Frenchie comes running towards me, drops down on the ground, and I get down and start petting. He loved it. His dog loved me. What is the center? It's the homeless drop-in center I was at for 4 months. When I first got here. See, I lived in my car for 9 months in Florida. And then after I got here, about a week after I got here, which was the beginning of November, when this happened, parked my car, told one person where I was parked and that I was going to go see what kind of help I could get, and that at the end of the month I was going to get my brakes fixed and head back west. 30 minutes after I parked my car and walked away, only one person knew where I was parked. Someone had called to have it towed. Yeah, they did. Well, I did the work. It was a roof, it was basically shelter and food to a featured animal. Yeah, I used to live in my car. And one person knew where my car was parked. And my car got towed. Maybe it had something to do with me telling this person that at the end of the month when I got paid, I was going to get my car, get my brakes fixed and head back west. Evidently, someone did not want me leaving. So, here I am. So I was in the center for about 4 months, and then I've been in here for over a year now. And it's the whole first floor of a house. It's a 1-bedroom apartment, but it's the first floor of a house. So. I found my realtor on my own and everything. So. I did what I had to do, even when I would be sick in that place and not be, or if it would be too cold to go look for anywhere, I would be on my phone constantly looking for a place or looking for a realtor or whatever. So I was doing everything humanly possible to get my ass out of that place. And see, it was either sleep sitting up in a chair or where you couldn't put your feet up. You're not allowed to have footstools. Or, you put it on your bag or whatever. But it's either sleep sitting up in a chair or you go to the church and sleep on a cot that is uncomfortable too, but it's better than sleeping in a chair, right? So when I first got there, I ended up going to the church for 2 or 3 nights. And after the 3rd night, I'm like, nah. I don't want to get comfortable. I don't want to be in this place. Because there's people that were there for like 3 years before I ever got there, and that are still there to this day. There's been people in there 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to get comfortable. So I went and I started sleeping at the center, sitting straight up in a chair instead of going to the church to sleep on a cot because I wanted to get out of there. I did not go back and sleep at the church again until I knew I had a place. A few months later. So from November to January or February probably January. From November to January, I slept sitting straight up in a chair. Because I didn't want to get comfortable. I wanted my own home. So, I roughed it. Slept uncomfortably. My feet and my legs were swollen most of the time. But I dealt with it. Because that's what you gotta do to get where you want to get to. Where you want to go. Sometimes you have to rough it and... Actually, you didn't even have... you don't have to leave. That it's a drop-in center. It's considered a center, not a shelter. But you sleep there. In chairs, sitting straight up. Yeah. I did what I had to do. I did everything I needed to do. And I was out of there in 4 months. From November to March. And I moved in here. So, the food there was atrocious. You wouldn't feed... it's very rare that you got good food there. But I did what I had to do to survive, and I got by and met some really great people. Some not so great. But, No, it did not. Matter of fact, the exterminator came and said that it was probably just the one. Both my house and my landlord's are both really clean. It's nothing we did. But no, the cookie was still on the floor, not even eaten, no bites, no nothing out of it. So he probably left the way it came. Probably left the same way it came in. And the scratching noises or whatever that's coming from the dryer vent thing that I taped up, it's a bird's nest. So, but he put down traps, ones that we're not going to have, ones that have covers on them. So if it does happen, we're not going to see you get the drift. But yeah, so. Yeah, and it was probably most likely a field mouse because there's a field not too far from here. Like a hop, skip, and a jump, I guess, from here. So. Oh, the bird's nest, yeah. And there's probably eggs in it, so you can't do anything about it. So, So starting on the 28th. Hold on. Yeah, he checked it out. It's definitely a bird's nest. Well, here it's it depends on the day. Yesterday it was in the 80s, today it was in the 60s, and tomorrow it's going to be in 54. Mother Nature and her bipolarness here. No, it's still there. I don't have a dryer connected. My dryer is a small portable dryer. So. But he asked if I was just moving in or just moving out. Because I don't have that much. I don't have many possessions. I don't need many. Hello. I don't need a bunch of shit, The necessities. I have a couch in here. I have a couch in the living room, which I don't even use. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe getting a TV for out there or something like that, but then the only thing I really need is, I'm going to end up getting a dresser eventually. A dresser and a dressing table, so I can actually sit and do my hair and my makeup and that kind of thing. And maybe a couple nightstands, and that's it. And I know where to go with those, so. There's this antiques. They have them in Colorado. They have these, a row of all antique stores and old, secondhand stores and that. I should make an Amazon wish list. I never thought about it. I mean, come on, I'm already being considered, I'm already being called a scammer. I've been being called a scammer for quite some time. I don't ask for shit. I don't ask for anything. I've always had problems asking for help with anything. And it's just because the way my life has been. And people have been calling me a scammer, so I don't. That makes it kind of worse. So that's why I don't do any. I deal with it myself, and I always get what I need. God always provides. Higher power always provides. Yeah, well, not the Christian God. I can piss a Christian off. And my God, the amount of, there was a video I saw yesterday and I was going to address it, but for some reason my phone kept screwing up. Yeah. My phone kept screwing up, so I tried stitching this dude. Evidently, he's a Freemason. And his name's Brother G. You can imagine what I was going to say, and I tried, but it wouldn't post. It's like, he was talking about why the Catholic Church won't let Catholics join the Masons. Well, gee, I wonder, because you're a fucking cult who does horrible things. That would be why. Yeah, that's what he said. Did you not know that the Freemasons and Illuminati, they post on here now? It's kind of funny, isn't it? Kind of funny since it didn't happen until I started talking about them. Hi, motherfuckers. Some of the silent watchers are part of the Illuminati, actually. Yeah. They're too scared to say anything. Be gentle, does. Even too scared to be in the same place as me. They hide. They hide behind locked doors when it comes to me. I wonder why they're so scared. Yeah, they're scared of me. I mean, not every day a child survives a sacrifice, right? And then ends up being, replacing a live child who just happened to be the great-granddaughter of the top dogs. You got raised in that family. They want to know what I remember. They'll find out soon enough. Run and tell your little buddies. Run off and tell your little buddies and your little friends. Oh shit, she's figuring shit out. Like who or what I really am. Go tell your little buddies. Time's coming. Time's coming. You're going down. You're going down. I'm yelling timber. Oh. My daughter told me something interesting one time. She told me that I'm an angel. Literal angel. And God and the devil made a deal. And I agreed to come here. And that her biological father, her biological father was actually a demon. And, well, her real biological father, well, she would be, if it was true, her real biological father would have been the devil. But then that Tina person, something strange that occurred to me, She said that that I was a phoenix, and I was put in this body. And the reason that I survived, or why they're so scared, is because I showed my true form. That evidently I showed it, and lightning bolts flying from my fingertips. Now, I told all this to said person, who confirmed that I'm Tanya. Who's entwined with said group still, because he was a victim. He said it, yeah, most likely true. So, my daughter also said that the devil fell in love with me. As it is, I don't know what to think, But I do often wonder why they're so terrified of me. Well, I'll be a woman, right? Why would this group of evil people that everybody's scared of, with good reason, why would they be scared of me? Little old me. A woman. I think it's funny as fuck, actually. So, whatever I am, whoever I am, they should go and tell their little, your other cult members, your time is coming. It's very near. The end for you is almost here. You know that song, I hear that train a-comin', right? I hear that train a-comin', it's coming around the bend, that song. Come on everybody, no more need to fear. Believe it or not, the end is very near. 'Cause they tried to take the best out, but they couldn't take me down. So we'll all laugh and rejoice while we watch these fucking clowns go down. And we're going to. Who's with me? Watching these motherfuckers go down. I'm all for it. You know what's funny though? Even for them being scared of me, something I noticed. Very interesting. I remember sitting at the desk, and the uncle came home from work, and earlier that day, the adopted mom and I were having one of our many arguments. It was very normal. It's a normal occurrence. I wonder why. And he comes up behind her because I'm in the bathroom trying to get ready for the day, and she's just, being her. And she turns around, looks at him, and she goes, and he walks off. Well, we ended up making up, whatever. Later that night, he comes home. Right. He goes, changes, gets his food ready, and I'm at the desk. I don't remember. I was scrolling the phone, writing, or something. I could have been doing dining and painting. I don't know. Now, remind you, this dude was a Marine. Okay? Keep that in mind. A Marine. Known him, well, obviously not my entire life. But I didn't know that at the time. He comes to me and says, I want to talk to you about something. Like, yeah? And he's like, what was that earlier with your mom? I said, we argued. We got over it. We made up. It's over and done with. And that's it. I continue doing what I'm doing. That's when he says, I was getting ready to beat your ass. I look up like this. Just like this at him. I said, yeah. Just like Nacho, Johnny, Terry, and Brian, right? Jaw dropped, hit the floor, turned as white as a ghost. Scared look, fear on his face. Just because I said that. Again, he was a Marine. He was scared. Just by me saying that. Then after I had moved out, one of the last few times I had talked to the adopted mom on the phone, I'm asking her questions. So, great-grandma and great-grandpa, they sacrificed their oldest Billy, huh? Oh, yeah. Confirming things like she was talking about what she had for lunch. About unaliving children and shit. But then, I said, well, I remember being taken to the Masonic Temple. And that's when she switched it up, says, I don't know, I wasn't there. I don't know, I wasn't there. I don't know, I wasn't there. Fear in her voice. And she's in Oklahoma. I was in Florida at the time. But she was so scared. The fear in her voice. Tell me they're not scared of me. Tell me that they didn't over-medicate me to keep me under control. Having doctors inject poison at the base of my skull. Something that wouldn't have shown up on a tox screen. Having doctors having prescribed me 30 different prescriptions, taking 90 pills a day, at least. Yeah, because of my migraines, I went in off. She always picked my she always picked my doctors. Always insisted she had to be in there with me. We go to this nurse practitioner, or we saw her the one time. Go in the office, and we're sitting there and everything, and talking about my migraines, and she's like, well, I'm going to give you something for it. And she pulls it out of her pocket, her coat pocket, or out of a desk drawer, and this stuff was already in it. And it looked like the color of it was not clear. It was more like I don't want to say yellow. It was a very, very light yellow. A very, very, like a pale yellow is what was in that syringe. And she said she was going to give it to me for my migraines, but it had, it was an injection at the base of my skull. And I said, what is it? And she says, don't worry about it. You'll be begging me for another one in 3 weeks. And I looked at the adopted mom. She's like, yeah, go ahead and do it. It'll help you. So, lead forward. Right at the base of my skull is where she injected whatever it was. "20 minutes after we got home, thankfully Ralph was there. She says, hey, but I don't care. He doesn't know. They met after that family had me. But I don't know what would have happened if him and the youngest, her biological son, I don't know what would have happened if they hadn't been there. Because 20 minutes later, they were thinking I was having a stroke. So they were practically carrying me out to the car. And she took me to the hospital, and doctor asked me what it was. I said, I don't know. She wouldn't tell me, and he got, he started, having attitude with me. Not once did she speak up. Nothing showed up on the toxicology report. Nothing. So, yeah. I just saw Bella come in the room. Say hi. Because I saw you. I see who joins. Say hi. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about Bella. So I have a sneaky suspicion. Get in, man. I have a very sneaky suspicion. And if my suspicion is right, I know exactly who that is. And if I'm right, she should just go to her real aunt's page, not mine. Because I'm not her aunt. I'm no relation. Except her psychotic family kept me. And replaced her real aunt. Hey, Bella, maybe ask your grandma who Tanya Michelle Williams is. And ask her what they did with your real aunt. Or where you can find your real aunt. Well, by the way, she's in Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, that's definitely her. Bella Bob 28. That, like, come on. Well, I'm glad I got to say what I'd said before she was blocked. You know. That felt good. I'm not gonna lie. That felt good. Now I'm just waiting for these motherfuckers to start coming in and speaking up and running their mouths like they like to do, because that's all they do. That's all they fucking do. What happens when you cut them out of your life? They stalk you. That family's been stalking me since I left. Like, this is not, like, dead ass. Why are you so obsessed with me, rock motherfuckers? I'm going to prison no matter what. Yeah. Yeah. I have no fucks to give. My fuck up's running dry. Whatever. I swear to God, I'm gonna buy one of those jars at that store that I like so much. Mind you, I could go broke in that store. I love that store. It's like a novelty store. They have some clothing there, and it's just a really cool store. And every year during Christmas, they have this really awesome, pretty tree up. It's a rainbow tree, and it's really cool. Just another day. Just another day. Yeah, my laundry done almost. There's a plus. Went out for a bit. You know. So. But yeah. Is it bad that that made me feel good to say that? When I said go ask your grandma who Tanya Michelle Williams is? Is it bad that I said that? Or where she could find her real aunt? By the way, she's in Phoenix. Is it bad that I said that? Okay, good. I just want to make sure. Because it's like... Here's the thing, I love Bella very much. I used to be her favorite person. Used to be. My daughter turned her against me, and so did the others. So, matter of fact, when her father and mother were in their active addictions, they would call me about 7:30 every morning. Say, hey, can we bring Bella to you? And only for a couple hours, supposedly. And I said, yeah, no problem. Because I was actually dating somebody at the time when we were engaged, and we were living in a trailer in Oklahoma. Nice, decent trailer. You know. But he was very controlling, very narcissistic. Just, thanks. But they would bring her over. 2 hours turned to 4 hours, 4 turned to 6, so on. And I'd call, hey, you on your way? Yeah, we're on our way. We'll be there in a few minutes. Be there in a few minutes. There would be times where I would call and say, don't bother, she's asleep. One time I asked them for a gallon of milk, and he freaked out. I'm the one that provided all the food for his kid and for her, and I took care of her. She was calling me mom. She was calling me mommy. That about killed me every time I have to tell her, no, I'm not your mommy, I'm your aunt. And I'm not even that now, you know? It's kind of, it's hard. Because I love Bella dearly. I even love Mason, even though he's a pain in the ass. But none of them have been in my life as it is for quite some time now, so. And they never will be again. There's no relation there. So. Yeah. I was still like, I'm torn. Then the grandparents, Joan and Jack, I'm very torn because I know what they did to me. I remember what they did. But then I'm torn because I thought she was my best friend. I thought I was their favorite grandchild. But they abused me too. God, why the fuck does it have to be like this? No wonder I was treated so differently, huh? No wonder they acted like they hated me simply from me existing. Because they did. And they do. So. There's that. But, it is 2:18 in the morning. I need to get some rest because I have to be at the clinic. Or it's like an hour bus ride or some shit. I gotta be there by, 3:45. And it is 2:18 and I need to get some sleep. If I'm not, so come the 28th, if I'm not live for like 3 to 5 days, it's because I'm in a hospital bed. Because, with stuff connected to my head. And I don't know if I'm going to have a roommate or if it's a room by myself or what, so. But if I can go live, I'll go live. But if not, I won't, so. Don't freak out. I'm fine. I'll be fine. But, yeah. So, hope you all have a great night. Sorry. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Have a good night, guys. What are they going to do? It's for an EEG. Tomorrow I go do an outpatient one for insurance purposes, and then I'm doing an inpatient one for 3 to 5 days. Doctor said 5 days. The lady that called said schedule it said 3 days, so probably 5 days. 3 to 5 days. Hopefully not that long. I hate hospitals. I really fucking hate hospitals. No joke. So, anyways, I hope you all have a great night. We'll see if I come on later or not. I don't know. But, don't know till the time comes, right? So, anyways, y'all have a good night, and good luck with your MRI. You've had one before, right? I had to have one. Everything came back fine on it. That's why I think they're doing this. They want to try and get me off the camera. So, but the MRI will be no problem. You'll be fine. Now, if you're claustrophobic, let your doctor know. They should give you some anxiety medicine for the MRI because it's a tube. Yeah, with mine, I had a washcloth over my eyes, and I had some anxiety medication that I took beforehand. So, because I have claustrophobic, I'm very claustrophobic. Obvious reasons, right? You know, I wondered why I was so claustrophobic, and now I know. When you're kept in a dog cage, yeah. And, no joke. That's where I was kept, was a cage. Until that family ended up with me. Yeah, they do that. But I covered my eyes. You know, I had something covering my, like a washcloth or something covering my eyes, and then they put a cage over the thing because, you know, they gotta make sure you stay still. And try not to freak out. And the whole time I'm in there, I'm like, keep reminding myself, don't scream, it's okay. Don't scream, it's okay. Don't scream, it's okay. It'll be over soon. It'll be over soon. It'll be over soon. That's the only way I was able to get through it because, I don't even I have to sleep with my bedroom door open. I have to, it's bad. I don't like elevators. Oh, wow. It'll be okay. But, I'm going to go to bed now. So, hope you all have a great rest of your night. And I might be on later. I don't know. We'll see. Play by ear. Right? So, till next time. Y'all have a good night. And I'll see y'all later. Night, guys.